What's up, my man and Rebo Warriors? Today we are talking about the New England Patriots. We just went through one full season of slow simming. Let me tell you how they progressed. When we started with them, they were 81 on overall on offense, 82 overall defense, and 82 overall. After the offseason, they were down on defense to 80, and they were only 80 overall. I mean, very mid team in the 80s, but like just blah, boring, slow. Got him up to an 83 across the boards, as you can see. Offensively, their schemes changed a lot. They were in the balanced playbook, they were in the Jaguars playbook, they were in the Buccaneers playbook, and then they finished in the Rams playbook. And I mean, just no matter what I did, they were a 500 team, and they just finished one game below 500. Defensively, they were in the Ravens, and they moved to the Packers. We can take a look at where they finished stat-wise. Offensive yards, 24th. Defensive yards, 14th. They were really bad on defense, and they just kind of flip-flopped there, I think, as the season went along. Points scored, 19th. Points allowed, 18th. So just a very mid team. Very mid. Let's go through the roster as we go back over here. Let's start with the quarterback, Drake May. Got this right. He was drafted 3rd overall. Richardson. Jaden Daniels went number 2. He's up to a superstar. No, you know what? He was a superstar. He was a hidden development superstar. We traded for Brian Robinson with the Commanders. We wanted a running back with a little more control. Elliott's still here. We're going to get rid of him. He's not here in real life, so after the offseason, he's gone. Darnell Mooney was our free agency signing. He would have won over 1,000 yards had he not got hurt last couple games this season. Need to get rid of Juju Smith-Schuster and Devontae Parker, who retired. Demario Douglas, he can stick around. Tyquan Thornton was starting in the beginning of the year because they're trying to build him up, and he just wasn't getting it done. And then he got back into the starting lineup, and it was so-so. Hunter Henry had a really good season, as I'll show you. I believe he's going to be a free agent, so with the year he had, he might go up in development. He might be someone that's hard to resign. Jakeem Bell and Eric All were our tight end draft picks. I think Jaheim Bell could really kind of be our starting tight end. He filled in very nicely for Henry when he got hurt. Now their offensive line looks good, but it's just so slow. Trent Brown, I mean, look at that. Look at his speed. Cole Strange is okay. David Andrews is very old. He has to be re-signed, I believe. Or is it Jake Andrews? One of these guys isn't under contract next year. I believe it's David Andrews. So we might need an offensive lineman at least. You know, Mike Onwenu or whatever his name is. He's slow as fucking dirt too. So they give up a lot of sacks. It was just like Drake May was just under siege the entire season. So I don't know. And then if we stick to a 3-4, we have Barmar, who got himself up to a superstar. Keon White got himself to a star. And then we need a defensive tackle, unless we move to a 4-3. And then more of the focus is on getting a right outside, right defensive end in free agency or the draft. Because Judon's probably going to walk, and we'll go with Uche, or whatever his name is, for the time being. Gonna get rid of Bentley. He's super slow. We drafted Jeremiah Trotter. He's only like a star dev. And go with the 2 undersized linebackers, I guess. The real strength is our secondary. We traded a first-round pick for Tyreek Woolen, who is coming up on a contract for the Seattle Seahawks. We were trying to get Kenneth Walker III. They wanted too much for him, so we got Tyreek to go with Christian Gonzalez. We moved on from a bunch of our depth at corner, and I think if we do go anywhere forward, we need to get maybe another defensive lineman. Definitely a right side, outside linebacker, defensive end. And then I think we just make our secondary the strength and maybe go after another top tier corner. I love Jack Jones and Marcus Jones. They got some speed and stuff, and Marco Wilson. So there's some guys there, but and another safety, Burgess and Kalen Bullock, the rookie, 6'3", 190, just not getting it done. Well, we got Peppers and Marte Mapu, who is our sub linebacker. So, I think we could just make defense our priority, and I think, with the growth of Drake May, so it's what are we going to do in the draft and the free agency? That's the big questions. It's a mid team, very mid. We're going to have some cap to work with. No cap. We're going to have cap. But our main needs, let's go through this again, are wide receiver, O-line help. What do we do about Hunter Henry? Do we re-sign him, or we go with Jaheim Bell as our starter? Defensive tackle. We need a pass rusher for sure. Free safety. Really maybe boost that secondary with another corner. Got to release Schuster and Devontae Parker. Get them off the books. And then stats-wise, we can take a look at that as we get out of here. Everyone loves stats. Drake May, almost 4,000 yards. The interceptions were just ridiculous. He should have not have thrown that many. Brian Robinson had a decent year. He would have gone over 1,000 yards had he been here. Receiving-wise, yeah. Mooney, a lot of big plays. Only 15-8 catches. Should have went over 1,000 yards had he not got hurt. Hunter Henry, just a check down Charlie. And all these other guys are just like in and out of the lineup. Real Peppers was our best tackler. Barmore, 12.5 sacks. Judon, 9.5. Fletcher Cox, we traded for just to try to help the defensive line for a cheap price, which ended up being Mac Jones, who led his team to the playoffs. So that was crazy. Christian Gonzalez, not the greatest from our secondary as far as stats. Yeah, we need a playbook change. I think we should go 4-3. Going with the Bills or the Cowboys or the Chiefs. One of those, I think. And we'll have to decide on offensive playbook what Drake May is going to work with. I don't know if we stick with the Rams, because the Rams playbook just is mid. It's a mid playbook, in my opinion. All right, tell me what you think. Any thoughts on what we should do with the Patriots going forward? Who we should target in the draft? Don't have a first round pick. Who we should target free agency? Who should we cut, keep? All that. I'd love to hear what you have thoughts on. And if you don't know what this is, we rebuild 8 teams, 1 team from every division. We slow sim every game, so 18 weeks, including playoffs of slow sim football. We cover the podcast to let you know what's going on each week, of who did what and what's going to happen. And we document with videos all the off-season moves, the trades, the signings, the draft picks, all that. Cuts, the keeps. So we keep you informed as well as possible. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give me your comments, your questions, whatever you got. I want to hear it. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.